we're gonna cut some ball python eggs. They were they were laid on October 30th, and today is Christmas Day. And I went to the incubator and I found the first head poking out. And since I started breeding ball pythons, the one thing I wanted to produce, probably even more than pieds, are the purple passion or the phantom Mojave. So I've got a lot of phantom and Mojave stuff. So there's one head poking out already, which is usually the signifier that the clutch is ready to be cut. So, okay, all right. So he's got an egg tooth. If you can look really closely, there's a little tiny thing on the end of its nose that looks like a crystal. And that's what caused the 2 slits in the egg. And because it's Christmas, we've got a peanut gallery, whatever you want to call it. And so, this was a Mojave Enchi female bred to a pastel phantom male. So there are a lot of possible outcomes. The phantom Mojave combos are the most desirable because they're purple. So it's a 6% chance of any particular combo. So all 4 genes, 6% chance. 1 gene, 6% chance. So that's the beauty of it, is there's a low chance of getting only 1 gene. There's also a low chance of getting all 4. So we'll see what this one looks like, and we'll go from there. And then we'll eat Christmas dinner in a minute.
Oh, they lost him.
Yep, lost him. So, my grandpa asked, why am I cutting the eggs? The fact is that a lot of, well, I don't know if it's a lot, but there are a percentage of ball pythons that will not have an egg tooth, or maybe it breaks off early or something like that, and they're not able to leave the egg on their own.
Well,
and
he's certainly getting a lot of help.
This guy is fine. He would be able to get out on his own. So this looks like an Enchi Mojave.
Of what? Enchi Mojave.
Enchi Mojave, yep. So 2 genes. Yeah, it's definitely, they call it a mochi. Or it could be an Enchi Phantom. Actually, it could be an Enchi Phantom. So Phantom and Mojave are allelic, which means that they're proteins on the same allele. So they're closely related. And when you combine the 2, that's when you get the purple snake. So it's either one or the other, but it's not both, because it's not purple. There's a purple snake right there.
Bloody.
So sick. No, it's just the veins to the egg. Oh man, that is so pretty. So I'm gonna tear the veins away from the top of the egg. I'll keep cutting along this side because it's less bloody.
Lively.
Oh, it's very lively. See? Can you see it moving?
I see it moving. You poke it.
You poke me. I had a bug move.
Well, yeah. So this is definitely a purple passion. So Phantom, Mojave.
Oh,
and
so
got a cooking
all you
emergency
do
going on over there.
you open them up.
Yeah, I'm just opening it up, and then their head's gonna poke out on their own and they'll start breathing air.
All right, all right.
So this definitely has Enchi because of the reduced pattern. A purple passion has pretty pronounced donut pattern along the side. So that's at least 3 of the 4 genes, if you ask me. It could be all 4. And we've got 6 more chances. So this is an 8-egg clutch if people can't count.
Now, how do you know you're not cutting into a body?
As soon as you start messing with the egg, they go down and hide. Another one.
They retreat.
We got another purple snake here. Yeah, they just.
Now, how long?
This is. Sorry, this is a normal purple passion right here.
When will they get out of their shell?
They will probably be out in the next 2 or 3 days.
And then, how
See
long are they?
The donuts I was talking about? The little O shapes. So that one has maybe another gene. It could be a pastel, so that's called a deep purple passion if it's pastel, Phantom, and Mojave. They'll be out and they'll be about 12 inches long. And then 10, 12 inches long.
A python mature is how long? 8 foot?
No, ball pythons are 4 foot normally.
Was that all?
A female would be 4 to 5 foot at a large size, and a male you usually will only keep a male around 3 feet long.
And they are profitable? Are they something that somebody wants when they're mature? Are they?
Yeah, that's why I'm making a video about them, because people want to buy them. People want to see them. People want to buy them. They want to talk about them.
Oh, they're right.
There are ball pythons that have sold for over $100,000.
Do they name them and call them Buddy or?
Not people like me who have hundreds or even thousands.
No.
We've got another purple snake here. So our odds are extremely good. The odds of having a purple snake are 1 in 4, and we've got 3 out of 4 already. So it's a Christmas miracle.
So you have to keep them healthy in order to find prospects, right?
Yeah, of course.
Now, what do they? At that age, they're only 4 to 5 inches long. What do they eat?
They hatch out at about 12 inches long.
What do they eat?
So they eat small mice to begin with. If you're lucky, they'll eat a small rat, like a pinky rat, like a tiny pinky rat. But you really need to start normally with like a hopper mouse, which is also the same size, but they're a lot more lively because they're a lot older. And then you can transition to them to a rat fuzzy or a rat pup after their 4th or 5th meal. A lot of people worry that they're not going to be able to get their ball python to eat rats again after they've given it a mouse for the first time or the first few meals. But every breeder that I know recommends doing that, and I've never had an issue getting them to transition back
Is their
to
bait
rats.
living or frozen?
It depends, but But ball pythons predominantly want live food.
And they can catch them. And they,
Here's a
if
pastel
I know
phantom
right,
in here.
they eat them head first.
Yes, if they can. Sometimes they can't really figure it out, and they'll just eat it however they can. Ooh, that's really, really pretty. All right, so that might just be. I think that's just a phantom. All right. I could probably expose a little bit more. Yeah, that just looks like a phantom. I've hatched a lot of phantoms, but these are my first purple snakes.
Now, is this one mother, or do you have?
Yeah. Yep, these are all laid by one female.
Okay. And the father is a single also?
In this case, yeah. But a lot of times I'll breed multiple males to the female, but you have to be careful doing that because if you're not sure of the parentage, then like if there's a recessive involved, like an albino or something that breeds the female and there are multiple males, and if you can't tell because of what the babies look like, then they might be carrying the het albino, the heterozygous form, so the carrier gene, and you might not know it because you don't know what, and you can actually have dual fathered clutches. So in this clutch, if I had used more than one male, there's a possibility that 4 eggs could be fathered by one male and 4 by the other, or something like that. That's been proven. This is a really nice looking pastel, I'm gonna say pastel phantom. So the blushing that you see there's no blushing in this one. I mean, there's a little bit, but you can see how it's a lot lighter in between the little donut holes. So that, it might be a pastel, I'm gonna say pastel Enchi phantom. Let's do 2 more purple ones.
Now, in wildlife, how many of them are able to break their egg?
That's what we don't know. Yes, we got another purple one here. Yeah, nobody really knows. And there are some people who don't cut their eggs, but most ball python breeders do, just because you just don't want to have that small percentage that don't make it, especially if you have a really desirable clutch. Because this isn't really harmful to them, it's really worth it to do it. With colubrid snakes, like corn snakes and things like that, it's really, it can harm them, and a lot of times you'll cut an egg and the baby just won't hatch.
How long do you have to nurse them now until they're saleable.
Wow. This one might be all 4 genes. It's purple and it's patternless. So that to me, put it in the light. That to me looks like all 4 genes because I can't see any pattern on it. So this one looks like, and there is a lot of blood in this one. So there's a little bit of pattern on this one. And then, sorry. And this one I think is just a regular purple passion. This one might be purple passion Enchi, and then this is purple passion Enchi with pastel, I would bet. Sorry, what? Ask your question one more time.
How old are they before they're saleable?
Generally, if they eat 3 or 4 meals consecutively, then it's considered
babies.
just fine to, yeah. I'm comfortable buying ball pythons that have never eaten before and just feeding on my own. So it depends on the buyer, really. Some people want really, really well established snakes, you know, if they've had a bad experience with a pet store or something in the past, you know, where they bought a snake that wasn't feeding, then yeah, they might want something that's like a subadult. And look at that, we got a normal. So there's only a 6% chance of that, and that is your normal ball python. So that means no genetic mutations. This is what, so Howdy, this is what you would find in the wild. That's a normal ball python. So those are called alien heads, as you can probably see why. Looks like ET.
I'll be darned. And
and then we've got everything all the way up to what's probably all 4 genes. So we got really good odds because there was only 1 in 4 odds that we would get a purple snake, and we got half.
okay. And how soon will they begin to feel their strength and wiggle out?
Really soon, probably in the next hour
Oh, really?
to 4 hours, yeah. So this is the one that had its head out already, and the other ones will look like this soon. They'll just pop their head up and start breathing air, and then they need to absorb their yolk. That's why they sit in their egg for 2 to 3 days, is because their yolk doesn't really get activated to kind of enter their system until the air enters their.
And so that is their food until they get something.
Yep. So you can't feed them like the first day they're out of the egg because they're full of yolk and they won't eat. You need to wait 7 to 10 days, sometimes even more. Sometimes they'll hold out, 2 weeks before they'll take their first meal. But yeah, and then after that, you raise them up for 3 to 4 years and breed them and combine as many genes that you want to see put together as you can.
Now, are the prospective buyers pretty finicky about how many spots they want to buy or anything?
No, it's really more about the genetics. So the phenotype, meaning how many spots it has, or really the appearance, isn't nearly as important as what kind of genes it possesses and what it can create. So I might buy a Mojave Enchi that's hideous to me because it has very little pattern or something like that, but I'll buy it because it's going to produce what I want later, because I'm all about producing the most genes and putting together the best combos that I can. So
Well, okay. Now, how do I get out of this video?
we're done.
Oh, thank you.